What did we do yesterday? How do we factor this? Already kind of said it. What multiplies to the number, the constant, the last term, C is another way to say it, okay? And what adds to the middle term, okay? Whose product is 9 and whose sum is 6. That's what we're doing. The only difference today, we have negatives, okay? That's it. Otherwise, it's the same stuff. So what multiplies to negative 12 and whose sum is, what's the number here in front of that x?
1.
If there's nothing there, it's got to be a 1, right? Okay, just like the coefficient of the x squared is a 1. Okay, what two numbers multiply to negative 12 and add to 1? Don't yell it out, Tyrell. Okay. Is it 6 times 2? Is it 12 times 1? Or 4 times 3? Which ones look like they have either add to 1 or have a difference that equals 1? Because we got negatives now, right? 6 and 2, either those add to 8 or the difference is 4. That doesn't help me. I need 1. Okay, 12 and 1, either it's 13 or 11. Nope. 4 and 3, either it's 7 or 1. Now, how do I want the signs? Because if it multiplies to a negative, they have to be opposite signs. It needs to add to positive 1, so the bigger number must be positive. Okay? Check. Is 4 times negative 3 minus 12? Yes. Is 4 plus negative 3 positive 1? Check. Those are your two numbers. Okay? So to factor that, I go x plus 4, x minus 3. Before you go on to the next question, Emily, what are we going to do? No, we're going to check it. We're going to FOIL it. Okay? All right. Just a couple examples. Factor. By the way, this is called by inspection. All right? I'll say that when it really matters. Okay? What do we do first? Some of you go right to the numbers. Okay? What multiplies to what and what adds to what? Some of you do the brackets first and then just put x's. I know that's got to be x and x. Then find the numbers. Doesn't matter, right? Okay? What multiplies to negative 12, but it helps if you write it out. What adds to negative 1? Kind of looks like the one I just did. Only it's got to be negative 4 and positive 3 this time, right? Check it, right? Those multiplied, yeah, that's negative 12. If I add these, I get negative 1. Those are my two numbers. Does it matter which one goes first? No. You want to write it like that? That's exactly the same thing, okay? Double check it, FOIL it, make sure it's the same thing. We should check every one, and we don't have to check the answers, right? Okay, let's go over to here, because it's A's. I don't know how to do A's. That's not fair. A times A is A squared. What two numbers multiply to negative 8 and add to negative 7? 4 and 2, or 8 and 1? 8 times 1 multiplies to positive 8. I need these to add to negative 7, so I got to put my minus here. Okay? Then double check it. Negative 8 times 1 is negative 8. Check. Negative 8 plus 1 is negative 7. Okay, it works. Okay? What do I want to do with this guy first? I want to... Yeah, get rid of the 2 from the whole expression. In other words, factor out a greatest common factor. What's the greatest common factor between 2, 14, and 20? We already said it. It's 2. Take it out. T squared minus 7t plus 10. And then check it before you move on, okay? 2 times t squared is 2t squared. Check. 2 times times negative 7t is minus 14t. Check. 2 times 10 is 20. This is the same as this. If it's not, you did something wrong. Okay? Then ignore the 2. Pretend it's not even there. What two numbers multiply to 10 and add to negative 7? Negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10, and they add to negative 7. So that's 2 times, there's my two binomials, it's a t. One of the numbers is minus 5, the other one is minus 2. Okay? Let's quickly check that one. Okay? Because, again, some of us maybe are a little rusty. What do I do with this? If I'm multiplying this back, you multiply it just in the first one. Okay? Not in both. Okay? Now let's FOIL it. That's 2t squared minus 4t minus 10t, and negative 10 times negative 2 is positive 20. Is that the same as this? Yuppers. Minus 4 minus 10 is minus 14. Okay? I don't have to check the answer. I know it's right. All right. Do I need to do that one? Where am I here? How many more do we got? What would I want to do with this question first? Let's just discuss it. What's the greatest common factor between all three of these terms? 4x squared. Okay? That's what you want to do first. Because you don't know how to do an x to the 4th yet. Everything's got to be something squared, right? And this number has to be a 1, or you don't know what to do. I haven't taught you how to do that. Okay? So you got to factor something out until you get a squared term, and this coefficient has to be a 1. All right? But let's go on to here. This is just a little bit different. Why is this guy a little bit different? I got this y squared thing here on the end. So let's think. This is going to get factored into two binomials because it's a trinomial. What times what's going to give you x squared? X times x. What times what is going to give you y squared? Y times y. That's the only difference. Now I have a y in the end. Okay? What multiplies to 30 and adds to 13? Ignore the x's and the y's. Just look at the numbers. What two numbers multiply to 30 and add to 13? Don't yell it out. Oh, yeah, I got to give you guys a test on being able to, listen. Okay. Yeah, there's lots of choices. Is it 6 times 5? Everybody wants to do that because that's what you memorized in grade 3. There's more options. Yeah, 10 and 3. Also multiply to 30 and add to 13. So the 10 is with the y. The 3 is with the y. Let's just make it a little nicer. Check it. Okay, x times x is x squared. Okay. Outside, 3y times x is 3xy. Inside, 10y times x is 10xy. What's 3xy and 10xy? Is that 13xy? You bet. What's 10y times 3y? 30y squared. Okay. Let's look at the big nasty. When you see a number out front, you don't know how to do this yet. What do we want to do first? Get rid of it, yeah. But we want to factor it out. What do I have left? How many times does 3 go into 15? 5. How many times does 3 go into 252? Probably be quicker to work it out by hand. How about 84 times? Minus 84b squared. Okay? Throw the 3 down there, then forget about it. This is a trinomial. It's going to get factored into 2 binomials. What times what is a squared? Okay? We just have to add a b on the end, and then we're doing the exact same thing. What multiplies to negative 84 and adds to negative 5? That's a big number. That's a little tough. Remember prime factorization? That's 42 times 2, half it. That definitely doesn't add to 5. Here, let's do this over here. Where's my lasso? There it is. Okay. What's half of 42? What's double 2? So 84 is also 21 times 4. Does that add to 5? No. 21 is 7 times 3. So 84 is also 12 times 7. Does that add to 5? Ah. 12 times 7. But it's got to be negative. So it must be negative 12 times 7. Okay? Minus 12 plus 7. Okay, negative 12 times 7 is minus 84. And then we have 7ab minus 12ab is minus 5ab. Check. Okay, that's about as hard as they're going to get for your quiz tomorrow. No, I won't put that one on there. Okay? Everyone saw that? Quiz tomorrow? So, you better do the algebra tiles on the last section, okay? Then today's stuff is, well, you know the page number, it's right here. Hang on. Number 1, 2, 3 to 4, just odds. Remember, some of them might not work. Don't be freaking out, okay? 6 and 8 to 11. Let me stop this and I'll answer your question.